In Nigeria, there are multi-billion-dollar dry port projects that are currently being constructed across the 6 geopolitical zones. Some proposed, few are completed, while others are ongoing. This project includes the Dala Inland Dry Port with a capacity of 20,000 TEUs, Kaduna Inland Dry Port with a 5,000 TEU capacity, the Funtua Dry Port with a capacity of 10,000 TEUs. Others include Isiala Ngwa Dry Port, Erumu Inland Dry Port, Hepan Port located in Jos, Jauri Inland Dry Port and Ogun Dry Port project. The Nigerian Port Authority recently unveiled about $1 billion port rehabilitation plan to enhance the physical infrastructure in port projects across the country. Today, we shall be looking at 13 mega inland dry port projects. Some are proposed, few are ongoing, while others are completed. If this sounds like something you are interested in, please stick around and watch this video to the end. Please support the channel by commenting, like our videos and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on post notification for more updates. Thank you. Let's get right into the video. At number 1 is the Dala Inland Dry Port. The Dala Inland Dry Port and Logistic Free Zone, Kano, was conceived as a logistic-oriented free trade zone or logistic park that is designed to provide various services such as transport logistics, warehouse logistics, value-added services and international inland port services. The Dala Inland Dry Port and Logistic Free Trade Zone was developed using a phased approach with an initial throughput of 5,000 TEUs infrastructure for the container terminal area and warehousing in the first phase to meet the immediate need of importers, exporters and traders, and to attain a 20,000 TEUs in the third phase. The manufacturing area of the port was designed and developed to attract industrialists and major investors. The Dala Inland Dry Port has been declared a port of origin and destination by the federal government. The dry port is fully certified and it is empowered to operate shipping businesses including clearing and forwarding of cargoes directly from anywhere in the world to Kano State. The completion and subsequent declaration of the Dala Inland Dry Port commenced in 2006 when the federal government approved 6 dry ports across the country to boost the nation's revenue in non-oil sectors. This port infrastructure is targeted to facilitate economic viability within the country and enhance trans-African trade agreements with neighboring countries. The Kaduna Inland Dry Port, also known as Nigeria's first inland dry port, situated in Kakuri, Kaduna, was commissioned and opened by the past administration of former President Buhari. The port was initially approved by the federal government in 2014 in a bid to reduce congestion within seaports in Lagos that led to chaotic delays and loss of cargo. The approval upgraded the status of Kaduna Inland Dry Container Nigeria Limited bonded terminal to the status of inland dry port. Given its central location within northern Nigeria and its position as a major industrial hub and an outlet for trade in agricultural, textile and other products, Kaduna was an apt choice. Multinational manufacturing and assembly companies including Olam and Pojo Nigeria were located already in the region. It was expected that more industries would become active in the region following the development of the Kaduna Inland Dry Port. As a port of origin and destination, exporters and importers are already utilizing the full capacity of the Kaduna Inland Dry Port. It also has the capacity to serve neighboring landlocked countries which are easier accessed from northern Nigeria. The port, which was among the 7 dry ports promoted by the council at the time, had the capacity to handle 29,000 tons of cargo annually in the first phase of its operations. The Funtua Dry Port is also another legacy project by the federal government of Nigeria, located in Katsina State. The Nigerian government declared Funtua Inland Dry Port as a port of origin and final destination for import and export of cargoes, thereby empowering it to operate shipping businesses including clearing and forwarding of cargoes directly from anywhere in the world. This comes many years after the establishment of the Funtua Inland Dry Port in Katsina. The project was approved by the Federal Executive Council in March 2006 as Funtua Container Freight Station alongside other inland dry ports across the country. The Funtua Container Freight Station was later converted to an inland dry port based on the strategic framework of build, own, operate and transfer. According to the government, the importance of Katsina State as the commercial domain in the trans-Saharan trade route with huge agricultural produce and trade in local and export volumes qualified the state for an inland dry port. The port currently provides importers and exporters located in the hinterlands of the northern region access to shipping and port services without physically being at the seaport. The Ibadan Inland Dry Port Project, also known as the Erumu Inland Dry Port Project, located in Egbeda local government area of Oyo State, Nigeria, has been revived after 16 years of inactivity. After about 16 years of inactivity, the government of Nigeria is set to resuscitate the Inland Container Depot project at Erumu, Egbeda local government area of Oyo State. The Nigerian Shippers Council disclosed this during an assessment visit to the site of the Erumu Dry Port, Ibadan. It will be recalled that the groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of the Erumu Dry Port project was held on August 11, 2008, after it had previously been concessioned to Catamaran Logistics in 2006, which erected little infrastructure on the project site before it was abandoned. The continuation of the Erumu Dry Port project seemed to have hit the rock when the Oyo State government and the Nigerian Shippers Council activated moves towards siting of another dry port in another area in Ibadan. The Nigerian Shippers Council had then argued that it was not possible for a state to have two dry ports, adding that the license given to Catamaran Logistics in 2006 in respect of the Erumu Inland Dry Port had not been revoked. Currently, the federal government of Nigeria has begun plans to resuscitate the project. The Nigerian Shippers Council is working with the investor to finalize the updated agreement, and they are optimistic about the project future. The project has been in the works for nearly 2 decades, and the Nigerian Shippers Council is actively engaging with stakeholders to ensure its success. The Isiala-Ngwa Dry Port project, also known as the Antigua Inland Dry Port, is still in its development stage and has faced delays. While the project was conceived and licensed over 16 years ago, construction has yet to begin despite 2 groundbreaking ceremonies. The Nigerian Shippers Council has been actively involved, even meeting with the Abia State Governor to seek support and discuss the project benefits, such as decongesting seaport and reducing transportation costs. The realization of Antigua Inland Dry Port project in Isiala-Ngwa North Local Government area of Abia State is still a mirage 16 years after it was conceptualized and licensed for construction by the Nigerian Shippers Council, whilst other projects in other regions gazetted at the same time have been realized. It is sad to note that the actual construction work has not started at the Antigua Dry Port, which is touted to be the most viable of all dry ports licensed by the Nigerian Shippers Council. The Antigua Dry Port was approved alongside 6 others in 2007. It was the first to get a certificate of occupancy in 2008. The concessionaire signed an agreement for commencement of construction at the site in 2009, but some unknown factors stalled the dry port project commencement, as the project had witnessed 2 groundbreaking ceremonies and still construction work had not started. The first groundbreaking ceremony was done during former Governor Theodore Orji's tenure as Abia Governor, while the second was in the 3rd year of Okezie Ikpeazu's first tenure, the immediate past Governor of Abia State. The Antigua Inland Dry Port, when realized, will improve trade and investment in Aba, which is a commercial hub that serves the entire southeast and south-south zones of Nigeria and neighboring Central African countries, with Cameroon as the central market. It will also reduce losses incurred in transporting containers belonging to businessmen from the southeast stocked in Apapa Seaport in Lagos. The Jos Inland Container Depot, located in Hepang in Baki-Ladi local government area of Plateau State, is another major inland dry port project undertaken by the federal government of Nigeria. Over 20 years after the inauguration of the Jos Inland Container Dry Port project by the former head of state Yakubu Gowon, the project is yet to commence operations in the state. The Jos Inland Container Depot covers over 33,000 hectares of land, and when completed will create over 5,000 jobs. The host communities will benefit, while the state government will generate huge revenue as a result of commercial activities within the terminal. The Jos site, if completed, will serve shippers from Kaduna, Nasarawa and Benue State and others within Nigeria and neighboring landlocked countries, which use Nigeria as a transit point for movement of their cargoes. Duncan Container Dry Port Limited, the concessionaire, was given a presidential approval for the construction of Jos Inland Dry Port in 2006. It was gathered that the Jos Dry Port will receive containerized and other cargoes basically by rail from Lagos or Port Harcourt. It was designed to also handle export cargoes from Plateau State and other neighboring states. It was also designed to ensure that businesses in Jos have the privilege to receive their goods in Jos as against traveling to Lagos or Port Harcourt to clear and take delivery of their cargoes. Above all, the project was not only going to generate employment but also stimulate many new businesses and industries within the border. Unfortunately, the container depot suffered a great setback in 2014 when the site was demolished by the then Governor Jonah Jang's administration. In 2021, Plateau State government formally took over the ownership of the Jos Inland Container Depot from Duncan Maritime Ventures Nigeria Limited. The memorandum of agreement signifying the change in ownership was signed between the Plateau State government and Duncan Ventures at the cost of 2.2 billion naira based on its economic benefit. Unfortunately, since the Plateau State government bought over the project in 2021, there has been little or no changes. Hopefully, the present administration will give it the necessary attention it deserves in view of its economic importance to the state in particular and North Central as a whole. The Jauri Inland Dry Port Project is a significant infrastructure development in Maiduguri, Borno State, Nigeria. The port is designed to boost trans-border trade with neighboring countries like Chad, Niger and Cameroon. It will also have a capacity of 10,000 20-foot equivalent units and is expected to create hundreds of jobs opportunities for young people in Borno State. The project is currently at 5% completion and is being built under a public-private partnership deal. The government assured the business communities that the proposed Jauri Inland Dry Port in Maiduguri will be completed in the next 6 months. According to the government, establishing an inland dry port in Maiduguri will bring opportunities to the government and people of Borno State. It will create employment which will take thousands of youth off the street and help to address the issue of insecurity in the state. The government of Nigeria unveiled Ogun State-owned Gateway Inland Dry Port, Shoderu, at Kajola in Ewekoro local government area of Ogun State, noting that the inland dry port will be a model for the existing and prospective inland dry ports in the country. The Gateway Inland Dry Port is designed to decongest the premier Lagos seaport, Apapa, using the standard gauge railway line from the seaport to Gateway Inland Dry Port, Kajola, where cargoes will be warehoused and moved to their destinations within Ogun or Oyo State and other parts of the country. According to the government, the project is not merely about building infrastructure but about laying the foundation for a key logistic hub that will facilitate the movement of goods across Nigeria, creating over 5,000 direct jobs, 15,000 indirect jobs, and stimulating local businesses. It is also expected to attract investment that will spur regional development, benefiting Ogun State and beyond. No doubt, the project aligns seamlessly with the renewed hope agenda of the current president, as it is committed to creating an enabling environment that fosters innovation, economic growth, and infrastructural development. This initiative will undoubtedly help Ogun State become a more attractive destination for businesses and investors, reinforcing the state's collective aspiration for a prosperous Nigeria. The Dagbolu Dry Port Project is also another initiative by the Osun State government to construct an inland port within the Dagbolu International Trade Center, located on the Osogbo-Ikirun Highway. This project aims to decongest Apapa Port by providing an alternative hub for cargo handling and clearance. The Lolo Dry Port project in Kebbi is also another state-owned dry port that has been approved, with the Kebbi State government under the current government initiating the project to unlock economic opportunities. The dry port is to be located in Samiya, Bagudo local government area with 104 hectares allocated for the port operational sites and an additional 50 hectares for an office complex. The feasibility study and inspection have been conducted by the Nigerian Shippers Council. The project aims to promote economic growth, peace, and good relationships amongst Nigeria, Niger, and Benin Republic, particularly in the movement of goods from Cotonou to Kebbi State. Finally, is the Onitsha Inland Port Project. This is a significant infrastructure development in Anambra State. The proposed port is designed to reduce congestion at Lagos Port and Port Harcourt, serving as an economic gateway to the southeastern region. The port has a 3,000 container warehouse capacity of 40 tons each. It was commissioned in 2014, but its operation was put on hold due to the ongoing concession process. In July 2022, the federal government signed a concession agreement with Universal Elysium Consortium Limited, a company partnering with the Port of Antwerp for 30 years. Although the port is concession, it is yet to commence full operations. The Anambra Shippers Association has called on the federal government and southeastern governors to put in place necessary frameworks to make the port fully operational. The port, upon commencement of operation, is expected to boost economic activities, accommodate over 1,500 containers, and attract investment to the region. Please drop your honest comment and tell us which project was more interesting to you. Don't forget to subscribe and share. Thank you.